fuel light came on a little after 2 a.m. I remember staring at it for a few seconds too long, hoping it would disappear on its own. I'd been driving for hours after covering a coworker's shift, exhausted enough that every mile on the highway felt identical. Just dark trees, cracked asphalt, and those occasional reflective signs flashing past the windshield. There wasn't much traffic out there. Hardly any at all. The road I was on, Route 9, had a reputation around here. People disappeared on it sometimes. Not often enough to make national news, but enough that locals talked about it. Cars abandoned on the shoulder. Drivers who never made it home. Weird stories that usually got laughed off until another missing person report showed up online. Normally I wouldn't even stop out there at night, but my gas tank was almost empty. The GPS showed one station still open ahead. Mercer Fuel and Service. The place looked abandoned when I pulled in. Half the lights on the sign were burned out, and the parking lot was cracked to pieces with weeds growing through it. The overhead LEDs above the pumps buzzed constantly, flickering every few seconds like they were about to die completely.
The second I stepped out of the car, I smelled old gasoline. Not fresh gas. Old gas. Mixed with damp concrete and something sour underneath it. The whole place felt wrong. Too still. Too quiet. I swiped my card and started pumping, trying not to look around too much. But something caught my attention near the back lot. A semi-truck. Huge. Matte black. No company name anywhere on it. It was parked near the trees behind the station, with its headlights off, engine idling low. The sound barely carried, but I could feel the vibration through the pavement under my shoes. I remember thinking it was strange that a truck driver would park all the way back there instead of near the pumps. I tried to ignore it. The numbers on the pump kept climbing while I stood there, half awake, rubbing my eyes and wishing I was already home. Then the pump clicked. At the exact same moment, I heard footsteps.
Heavy ones. Slow and dragging. Coming from behind the trailer. At first, I figured it was just the driver finally walking over, but something about the sound immediately made my stomach tighten. The steps were uneven, like whoever was walking had trouble moving properly. I looked toward the truck. Nothing yet. Then something happened that I still can't explain. All the sound around me disappeared. The highway noise vanished completely. No distant engines. No wind. No buzzing lights. Nothing. It was so sudden that my ears started ringing. The only thing I could hear was my own heartbeat. Then the figure stepped out from behind the trailer. Tall. Really tall. It wore one of those dirty, high-visibility work vests truckers sometimes wear, but it hung strangely off its body, like the shoulders were too narrow underneath it. Its arms looked too long. The overhead light flickered once, and the figure stepped fully into view. I honestly wish it hadn't, because it didn't have a face. Not covered, not hidden. Gone. Where its face should have been was just pale skin stretched tightly across its head.
eyes, no mouth, no nose, nothing. For a second, my brain genuinely refused to process what I was seeing. I kept trying to convince myself it was a mask. Then the skin moved. Something underneath pushed outward hard enough to stretch the surface from the inside, like someone trapped beneath fabric trying to scream through it. I felt sick instantly.
The thing tilted its head toward me, and this low sound came from inside its chest. Wet. Broken. Almost human. Help me. The words sounded wrong. Like it had heard people talk before but didn't understand how voices worked. Every instinct I had told me to run, but I couldn't move. My body completely locked up. The thing walked closer. Its fingers brushed against the side of my car door, and I noticed they bent in too many places. The joints moved strangely, twitching like spider legs. Right beside me, the gas pump screen lit up bright blue. "Do you want a receipt?" That stupid normal message nearly broke me. Everything about that moment felt unreal. This horrible thing standing inches away from me, while a machine politely asked if I wanted a receipt.
The creature leaned closer. Its blank face reflected my terrified expression in the smooth skin stretched over it. Then the sound came again. Please. But this time it didn't sound scared. It sounded excited. That's what finally snapped me out of it. I jumped into the car, locked the doors, and backed out so hard the tires screeched across the pavement. I looked once in the mirror while speeding toward the highway. The thing was still standing under the light, completely motionless, watching me somehow, without eyes. I hit almost 90 trying to get away from that place. For a while I thought maybe I'd imagined everything. Exhaustion, stress, lack of sleep. Then I checked my rearview mirror again. The black semi-truck was behind me. Still no headlights. Still no markings. Just this massive dark shape following at a distance down the highway, keeping pace with me perfectly. And suddenly I understood something that still keeps me awake at night. That thing at the gas station wasn't asking for help. It was looking me over. Like cargo.